Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to look through this course that I'm about to create. This is just our intro video where I just wanted to welcome you and thank you for taking the time. I know that your time is valuable, and so I really appreciate it. So to start off, I just wanted to have a quick introduction. My name is Eric Nowoslowski. I run an agency called Growth Engine X, where we send about 1 million cold emails a month on behalf of our customers. And I've been running it at this point for over 2 years. And in that time, I have run countless campaigns on behalf of our customers. And I think we've learned a thing or two about cold email and outbound that I wanted to share to the overall network. I get tons and tons of questions all the time. People ask me for coaching, and I just don't have enough time to get it to everybody. So I wanted to launch this course so that I'd be able to disperse as much knowledge as we possibly can, because my real mission is to make outbound something that if you're going to do it, you can do it with a best in class system at every company, no matter your budget, your current knowledge, whatever it might be. So that's a little bit about me. This course is going to aim to cover outbound marketing, specifically with cold email. A lot of the strategies, a lot of the techniques, a lot of the list building that we're going to go over is still going to be relevant if you run cold calling campaigns, direct mail campaigns, LinkedIn direct DM campaigns, and things like that. Personally, I run a cold email agency because it's the most scalable for me. It allows us to talk to the most amount of contacts without losing somebody's LinkedIn account and managing those kinds of bans and things like that. And so that's what I focused on in my past, and that's going to be the focus of this course. I do not pretend to be an expert in anything. This course is going to go over a lot of my own experiences, things that we've tried that's worked, things that we've tried that doesn't work. I'm upfront with everyone here, including my customers from the past, where I tell everybody, look, our email infrastructure that we're going to go over is not proprietary. If you go to a website like Instantly AI or smartlead.ai and you check out their docs about how to set up inboxes and how to set up an email infrastructure, it's very much going to be the same thing that we do. We're not game changer in that realm. When it comes to the copywriting of campaigns, I'm going to be giving my thoughts. I'm going to be giving things that work, but I think there are far better copywriters out in the world. We will cover that in this course because, to run a cold email course, we just have to cover that. But I am not saying that I'm an expert in those things. What I want to bring to the table and what I want to give to the community, if I can make this course great enough to add to the canon of outbound and cold email, is what I've learned specifically around custom data scraping, data enrichment, data workflows, automation, and artificial intelligence. That is what we have focused on with most of our customers in the past, specifically year, like when ChatGPT 3.5 came out. That was a game changer for our business, and 4 was even better. And so in this course, I will be covering all of the other things. But if you say like, hey, I found this email infrastructure on these websites, great. It's not mine. I got it from them as well. And when it comes to copywriting, if for some reason you disagree with the way I do copywriting, please test it. That's all that cold email is. It's always a test, and we always want to see what's working the best for us. And so now, to get into like who this course is for, I think that this course is for B2B founders who want to create a predictable pipeline of revenue into their business, and outbound is a good fit for them. So let's first talk about outbound as a good fit. So we've run a lot of different campaigns and we've learned who outbound is for and who outbound is really tough for. And so an industry that comes to mind that I have not been able to crack with outbound is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is really tough to crack with outbound. We have done crazy things like look at the open ports and the vulnerabilities of websites and then email people offering to fix it for free and then relating it to a cybersecurity incident that happened in their area, in their industry. And we still couldn't get great responses. It was really tough. And my hypothesis there is that when people have a cybersecurity problem, what they do is they then go find a cybersecurity company. People aren't just all the time thinking about cybersecurity. So that's one instance of where outbound is tough. Another instance of outbound being tough is when you're a B2C company. If you're selling shampoo, it's very, very difficult to sell shampoo to an end user. But what you could use outbound for is in order to get into the distributors or find affiliates and those kinds of things. And so then that could work. And so Yeah, outbound like really works when you're a B2B company, your LTV of your customers is over $5,000 a year, and you can target them pretty easily by building these kinds of lists. And so, who this course is particularly for is the person. We will go over the basics of running cold email campaigns, and you will be able to go from never launching a cold email campaign to launching your first one. What I will say though is I think there are a lot of courses that cover that. And my attempt here is to go beyond just that coverage of launching your first campaign. And I want to teach you the tools and the skills to enable really custom, amazing outbound campaigns. Um, to go from a regular outbound campaign to a best in class outbound campaign, in my opinion, is not that difficult. And the reason I say that, and I mean, I know I'm an agency owner and I'm supposed to keep up this facade that it's the most difficult thing in the world. I have seen B2B SaaS companies that have a brand of running the best outbound system in venture backed SaaS. And when I jumped into it, to be honest, it was not that impressive. And so I think going from average to the top 5% is not that difficult. To go from the top 5% to the top 1% is really, really difficult. And what I want to try to do is to try to take you from average to 5%. And then hopefully, if I do my job right in this course, to take you from the top 5% to the top 1%. And so that is my goal. And when I'm trying to accomplish this, the way that this course will be structured, and I have my table of contents over here, is so this is the introduction. And then we're going to go into things to consider before you're running an outbound campaign, things to prepare, things to get ready with, and all that kind of jazz. We'll jump into the email infrastructure, all the do's and don'ts, the things that we haven't, the things that we suggest, the things that we don't suggest, all of those things. Then we'll go into data collection on the basics of how to build your list. We'll go over some basics of copywriting, the basics of the way that I think about launching cold email campaigns. Then we're going to make a pit stop and we're going to do a campaign right then and there where we're going to go over, now that we've put all of these things together, how do you launch your first campaign? Then we'll get into advanced list building where we'll be working with tools like clay.com. We'll work with some scraping tools and some custom scraping tools. And then we'll use, some other low code automation. And we're going to talk about how to read API docs because I truly believe you as a salesperson, it is your responsibility to learn how to use no code and low code tools because they're going to make your workflows so much better. We're going to cover my thoughts on artificial intelligence and how we put them into our own campaigns. And then I think this is going to be the best, most interesting thing for everybody. I have about 35 standard playbooks that we oftentimes pull out for our customers. And we just say, hey, this is the playbook we're going to use. I think this is going to be a good one. And I'm going to go over 35 and how we make those playbooks happen. And then we're going to go over just some fun stuff. And then we'll go over a couple of like how to analyze your campaigns, how to follow up with positive responses, thoughts on scaling volume, and those kinds of things. So if that's exciting for you, keep going with the rest of the course. I really hope you enjoy it and I can accomplish my mission of giving back to the community that was so great to me by adding to the overall canon of Outbound and the best in class ways to run campaigns.